Hi, and thanks so much for joining me. Today we are talking about made in Italy makeup, so if you'd like to see that, please keep watching. As you know, if you follow me on Instagram, we went to Italy, and one of the things I wanted to do was look at Italian-made makeup while we were there. So I thought, let me find something I cannot get here, and one of those things was Wycon. It is possible to access it, and I will leave the information below if you're interested, but it's not an easy online ordering process. I did want to review some of the items I picked up. So we were in Sorrento. I was just walking by the shop. Wycon, I'd never heard of it. Noticed it was makeup, so I went in and talked to Luisa there. She was very helpful. So she pointed me towards some things that were very popular items, bestsellers, and some new items. And she was really good about color selection. So I was really happy with the way she was able to help me out and point me and focus me on some of those things, because they have a lot. I mean, they have pretty much anything makeup wise that you would need in that shop. So I went to that one, and then I decided I needed another color in something, so I went to the Rome location, and they were also very helpful. Just a little bit about their company. They were founded in 2009 by Gianfranco Sata, entrepreneur and important distributor in the women's cosmetics sector, and Raffaella Pagano, product manager and expert in the world of makeup and body care. And their goal and idea behind everything was to kind of close that gap between high-end products in order to make it accessible to everyone. So makeup, skincare, and body care collections. So I like that they are trying to offer these things and cutting out the steps that add to the cost. They have more than 200 single brand stores in major cities, in addition to a presence in Portugal, Greece, Romania, France, Kosovo, Russia, Kazakhstan, Lebanon, Serbia, Malta, Switzerland, Georgia, and the Middle East. So if you're in any of those areas and you were wondering about these cosmetics, I'm gonna go ahead and show you a demo, what they look like on, and kind of talk you through what I purchased. Let's go ahead and start with the foundation. I started out with a primer from Clay to Peau. I'll list that one below. But I initially bought NW40, and it's when I was more tan, so that was a really good recommendation at that time. But I knew that I would kind of get much lighter over time because I don't have a tan most of the year. So in Rome, I picked up NW30. What I really liked about at least this range of foundation that they had is that it looked like they were geared to more Mediterranean type skin tones. So it was really easy for me to find shades, which is kind of unusual. Sometimes it's really hard, and I'm eliminated from trying something because of my shade and the undertones in my skin, but these were really great. NW40 is like the tan version of me, and W35 is like the non-tan version of me, so I kind of mixed both of them together this time to get them to work for my skin. So I've been adjusting along the way and having to add more of the NW35 into the mix as we move along in time, but it's great to have both of them. In a pinch, I will use NW35 as a concealer as well, mixed in with my Urban Decay color correctors. So beautiful going on, very second skin-like. Can't say enough about this foundation. I really loved that. Then I went ahead and concealed and powdered a little bit in the center, and then went in with the Film Star Bronze and Glow Charlotte Tilbury, just the bronze. I actually put a little bit of the Film Star Bronze and Glow in the crease, and then I went in with the Metal Film in Amber, and I just patted that on my eyes. I put it on my hand first and then just patted it in. I found that's the best way to control how much I'm adding on there. Really beautiful metallic-y kind of finish, but not too metallic-y. It's almost like a satin metallic finish. It's not glittery. Really love that color as well. Happy I picked it up. I don't have anything else like that. After that, I lined, of course, tight lined with my Marc Jacobs liners, both in black and brownie. And then I went in with this Euphoedra mascara. I picked this up because I forgot my mascara, even though I went through this whole packing process. Anyway, it was kind of like a happy situation because I was able to discover this. I probably would not have looked at this at all because I would have had one. But after I tried it, I had it for a few days, and when we went back to Rome, I went to the same pharmacy and picked up another one because I was so impressed with it and wanted to make sure I had a backup in case I cannot get it here. I haven't tried to look yet if I can get it in the United States, but it's a very, very nice mascara. So you can see with one coat how that looks on. It's just really, it's beautiful. I don't get any flaking transfer with this. It just separates and builds volume and length at the same time. It's just a really easy product to use with great results. Then I went in with the Cheek Me Up stick blush in Soft Brick. It's a great warm terracotta type color. I used the brush that I picked up. It's brush M01, and I just brushed that on. You can see it went on really beautifully, evenly. Great tone to work with the other colors I'm putting together with this for a bronzy look. Then I went in with 07 Bronze. It's their highlighter, their stick highlighter, but it's not a light color, so I used it kind of differently. I tried it with the brush first, a little bit too muted, so I went in with my fingers and then I just tapped it on there. Then I went ahead and I just kind of took it almost in front of my eye and then almost to the bridge of my nose, just to get that bronzed tan kind of look all over my face rather than just on the cheekbone, so where the sun would hit. So I kind of patted some on my forehead and also on my chin to get that reflective quality going there. Really great, like fake tan kind of look, as if you've just been outside and in the sun, which, as you know, I don't normally ever do. I don't ever just go outside in the sun. I always have a hat and sunscreen, and so this mimics that look without having to be in the sun. And I don't have anything to actually mimic that look besides powder bronzers. So I think this did a really good job of mimicking that whole just been in the sun look. I went in with the creamy lipsticks. I started out with the darker shade. That's when I picked up in Sorrento, and then I noticed it looked kind of like it was just too dark. So then I went back to the shop in Rome when we returned back to Rome, and I picked up the lighter shade, and that was too light by itself. So I figured if I put it in the center, then that kind of balances both of them out, and then you get kind of a multi-dimensional look with the two lipsticks. I think at the end I might put Lucky Diamonds on top of this by Charlotte Tilbury, or I would also consider putting the Hourglass Ignite on, that one of their latest lip glosses. That would be really pretty. But overall, I was really happy with the look that came together with the items that I picked up. Out of all of these, if I was going to just pick up one, if you're taking a trip to Italy or if you are able to access these, and it's a warm weather type of situation, I would definitely try out the foundation. I'm really impressed with these. They remind me quite a bit of the Tom Ford waterproof foundation and concealer. I checked the ingredient deck, it is not the same, but they perform almost exactly the same. I haven't worn them for 24 hours, but I've worn them for quite a long time, maybe 12, 16 hours, and it's been in hot and humid weather. It doesn't move, but it says, thanks to its high capacity and matte finish, it perfects the complexion, making it uniform and silky. And I don't know if I got a completely matte finish on this as much as I've gotten a matte finish on some other products. To me, it's not as matte as it is more skin-like. It does have that second skin effect, which is what I really liked about it. Again, I haven't tested it for 24 hours. As for the waterproof, I haven't jumped in the pool or anything like that, but like I said, it performs as well as the Tom Ford waterproof foundation concealer if you've used that one. I really like that one a lot, but this is a nice dupe for that. It says no transfer, and I'm going to say, for me, it wasn't a no transfer, but it was a very minimal transfer. The next product I would look at is this Euphoedra Mascara Extra Volume, and this is the one I picked up from the drugstore. I ended up liking this so much I bought another one in case I couldn't purchase it here in the United States. But this is one of the best mascaras I've tried. I really like the wand on it. It's got a nice plastic wand, which I prefer because it really separates the lashes and coats each one. And I don't get any flaking or smudging with this. And you could see on one coat how beautiful it looked. So it doesn't take a whole lot. I didn't use primer with this. Usually I will put a primer on underneath mascara, but I don't tend to do it with this one. So I really love this one. I thought these are really pretty. The metal film on the eyes, there were a lot of cool toned ones, a lot of mauve type colors on this one. It says liquid eyeshadow with intense and super metallic finish. It is a very metallic finish you saw on the eyes. It just is so pretty. It doesn't crease. It says the formula guarantees comfort on the eyelid thanks to maracuja oil, rich in vitamin E, and with elasticizing and nourishing products. Yeah, I don't get any creasing with this. So if I had these available to me, I would buy more of these. The blush and the highlighter, I think the highlighter is different just because of the shade for me, because it's a little bit deeper. That way you could see like that tan effect that I did right here. So the wherever the sun hits me, you can see again how deep it is. So it's not a traditional highlighter color for me, but really beautiful. So I use it a little bit differently than I would a normal highlighter. And then this blush was beautiful. It's got a warm terracotta kind of hue to it, which is great for this kind of makeup look. As for these Lumimatte creamy lipsticks, they're very nice. They reminded me of melted lipsticks. So they're not a liquid lip per se, but it's got a more comfortable feel to them, but not that intensity and dryness of a liquid lipstick. So these are also very nice. So let's move on to the tools. This one is shaped kind of like a beauty blender, but it's got a flat end. The texture though is not like a beauty blender. It's more like a traditional makeup sponge, those disposable type ones. It's not bad, but it's just not your beauty blender. I do like this flat side though, especially when I pat down this center part of my face where I have more pores here and just want to get the makeup more flat. I picked up this brush. I just wanted to try a brush. It's the M01 and I used it, as you can see, for the blush application, which I really liked. It kind of buffed that up because with a cream blush you can get kind of intense really quickly, so I was able to brush it on. I wouldn't use it so much as a highlighter brush. You know, you saw me try that, but it was a little bit too diluted for me, so I just went in with my fingers on that. But nice brush to have. If you do want to get your hands on any of these, I will put the contact information for the Sorrento store. You can contact them directly. I'm not sure what's involved with taxes and all of that international type of shipping, but they will be happy to help you out depending on where they're shipping it. So I will leave all of that information below. And if you've tried Wycon, let me know what you love, and maybe the next time I go to Italy or any of the other countries where it's available, I'll stop in and check out what they have. So if you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.